Hello and welcome. It is the fourth day of April 2019. My name is Derek and this is the Money Charts channel. Let's take a look at the cryptocurrencies for today, starting off with Bitcoin against the US dollar. All bets, trades of the like within each his own risk and their own reward. As the market price broke out of a big key Fibonacci level to 41, going up further than I thought it would on a pierce above the 48 up to 5,300. It's been up so much above this. I don't know now if this is going to be a level of support or resistance right now. In viewing such on the single hour term, it managed to break above it really, really quickly and establishing the level of support at 46.85 after the fact, getting out above it, and then getting above this level of resistance here. On this point in here, we can see resistance, pierce below, and then it gets above it or to it again on this 12 o'clock hour timestamp on yesterday or lunchtime, New York City time. And then a few periods just hanging in there going sideways. There's a failed breakout. And then coming back down to the 18 has obviously not been that of support, spending several periods within it, now breaking down from it, another test of its established area in here. And of course, the price action on the daily, it's overextended, still decent ways to go to the 18 average. But volatility, of course, is increasing, and I'm not here to try to predict where we're going to go from here because to me, this is really one of the more difficult ones to try to do so. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. Let's take a look next at Litecoin. And on its short term, has very much the similar look here as it had this up run and then failing within this 18 or not supporting it. Now over the last few hours is dipping down, breaking down below it, and in the area of this, well, first hit level of support, but not second hit. And on its daily, overextended as well after it broke its resistance level at about the 60 or so handle mark. And whether this is going to be how much of a correction, all that stuff, I'm really not too sure, but I'm still looking at this as a bull market. And until seen otherwise, when I see or sell-offs coming down to the 18, then I'm going to be assuming that the probability odds for such an event is that it will break out of it higher for a leg up than a leg lower. But of course, the market's always going to do what it is going to do. It is still overextended on the weekly term. The 18 average of highs sits in there at 55 and a quarter. The 18 average of lows almost 44. Of course, that is rising. And again, when you have these moves, it's going to have to correct at some point. But just let it do what it needs to do. As I see it on the short term in here, it could very easily come down a little bit lower. But I realize if it does break down, it's going to bottom in here somewhere. And then we'll just wait again for its next story there after that. Because when these things are ready to get going, that's just what they're going to do is just that, get going. On the hour, we can see that it's below or breaking down below the 18. 4 hour, we got it correcting within it, and of course, overextended on the daily. So, a correctionary move within this play. And yeah, we'll see how it goes from here moving forward. The cross against Litecoin, it's in a against Bitcoin rather for Litecoin. It's fell from the 188 level down to 168, and very much a lot of the similar sort of patterns in here, as it was overperforming Bitcoin during the rally, and I guess you can say it's over or underperforming, just have higher volatility up and down uh, within the Bitcoin moves. But overall, within this, it's still having a very, very good run of higher highs and higher lows. If it's going to come back to where it came from, that little area is about 152, and that's the next area I'm buying after I sold near the high. Now let's take a look at a very volatile Doji coin, which over the last 4 days has just had wild moves. Before this, it was just really doing not much at all, as we can see in here. Grinding its way lower from this 85 high. Well, now it's gotten close to it again. Well, of course, it's gotten close to 85. That's where I missed my sell order. I missed a buy order by 1 Satoshi. I missed my sell order by 1. As on this here, This low comes in at, well, this one I would have hit. This low comes in at 52, and I had a buy order for 51. Then I sold again at this top at 71, I think. And then I bought the bottom at 57. And then I sold again up at this top again, same number, area 72. But my next sell order after that was 85, so didn't hit that, so be it. But overall, this market is having just a nice, beautiful move. When these things are ready to go, that's what they do. And the story leaving the 18, well, it's done a lot of these magnificent moves before. Just gets above and just magnificent, magnificent volatility. But when it's not doing that, like this down move, what preceded it can get quite boring. But even within the intra move stuff, we can see here just in this rally here how we have the well, yeah, and here the high of 61, a low of 30 within this week. And then among the rally again, we can just see in here that this has a high of 97. The next week it goes down to 51. And then, of course, it would rally up to big levels to the 189. Every time it gets above the 18 on this, it has had some phenomenal moves. And here it attempted to get above it, didn't do so. And here, even this is a good move. Didn't last that long, which means you got to be really quick when it happens. And now at this could be it. When I look at this on the shorter term, I'm going to be first looking at the 4 hour, very volatile back and forth within it. And well, it goes back down, up again, markets go up, markets go down. It's coming from a down cycle. Whenever it's done going down, it's probably going to go up after that, or other than going sideways, of course. But there's a lot of this choppy action back and forth, a lot of great opportunities for short-term buying and selling amongst it. And yeah, from this point on, do we make a higher low? Well, a dip below here. So if you're like, oh man, it's going below the 18, I got to sell. Well, that didn't work out too well. And if you're going to do it now, well, we'll see how that works out for you. If I would have sold up here, I would have already got the buyback, but I didn't. So I'm still looking to buy back where I did before at around 57 because the last place I sold was at 73. And let's move on to the request. I don't think I did this yesterday. If not, I'll do it again. I don't think I did though. NIO, which has been in a very volatile downtrend, 130 handle going down to well 17, about an 8x move. But lately here on this daily, I do like how we've got this area of support. That is the general area of this resistance. We've established this level of resistance on February the 24th. But since it broke out above on March 29th in here, has a couple days just holding and staying above its most recently resistance, comes back down on this day, and over the last couple has managed to continue its rally higher, thus leaving the 18, supporting the highs, barely now starting to re-rise to the upside again. On the weekly chart, doing a attempt in reverting the trend, has been showing a lot of strength amongst the 18 average high for the last 6 or 7 periods. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is ready to get going. And now let's go on to the next, to the biggest winners and losers, and they're not too big today. With IOTX, the ticker symbol, available on both Binance and Bittrex, as the top gainer, not quite 20% for the day. And it's having some interesting volatility amongst this. I like how we have this fast move up to 200 and change, 252, back down to 160. But as it's playing out since this late February bottom, having this resistance established, successful 18 correction, higher high, and then again correcting successfully within the 18, a matching high, and then the failed breakdown in here. And a lot of that, of course, all the Bitcoin alt markets went down, and then it has rallied, of course, since that point. Now at highs not seen since November. Well, it's not much more to show on that, not much of a weekly chart, but definitely has the potential for a continuation of decent sized gains. But it's going to top at some point. revert over. As far as playing this on the short term, let me take a quick look at this. I don't see any edges right now in how I would play it. That's why when I get into these types of coins, I like to find coins that have good entry positions and just buy and sell it from that point on, whether I trade it against Bitcoin or against another one. I don't think it's the worst of entry positions because it's not up as high as I think it probably could have the potential to go, and it's starting to show signs of an up move. I think there's an okay chance though that you can probably get it in the 250 area, but you're risking about 12% with the FOMO factor, meaning you're going to miss out if it doesn't go there, obviously. And if this is a failed breakout, you're obviously going to always buy in that area as it is. And then when I get into a position, I really don't care short term where it goes because I'm just going to be ready for each side of the trade. Let's take a look at the biggest loser. And this would be that of BankX, which is definitely showing a lot of weak signs right now. Has been in primarily a downtrend since it begun. This thing started back in the summer of last year, right around 3,000 and change Satoshi, down to 400. What kind of rallies does it have? It has this line spike that it has came into play. This failed rally attempt in here, very quick move up in here, and now again, this one is showing failed signals fast as well. You have this rally. Okay, you come back in here. That's fine. You correct with the 18. So here's your chance right here to say that this is a successful breakout after your first move higher. It's not uncommon and okay to come back to your most previous level of resistance within the 18. But when you have an attempt to break out like it did here and then follow through the next day or the next couple of days thereafter like that, definitely some weak signals, I would think. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a great day. Bye bye.